So a few of you have expressed that you're unable to get your pull-ups, so you're not happy with how your pull-up journey is going. You're not doing enough reps. You're not getting a single rep. Well, I'm going to show you how you can improve your pull-up game, how you can get your first pull-up, and a few different variations to help you on your pull-up journey, guys. So let's go. So for me, I would argue the case that the pull-up is the king of back exercises. You can really build a crazy looking back just with pull-ups alone, and it requires little to low equipment apart from a bar and obviously your body. Now some of you, pull-ups is going to be harder than others, maybe because of your weight, your strength, whatever else involved based on your current fitness level. So this is definitely a variation which I would suggest a lot of you try, especially if you've got this power rack set up. You may have to, put something together, but it's going to help you on your pull-up journey greatly. And this is no gimmicky exercise where, it just looks like it's doing something. This actually works. So if you have the setup, what you're going to do is you're going to bet a straight bar and you're going to get a bench. If you've got a power rack, so much easier, but you may have to be quite innovative. And what we're going to do is we're going to treat the barbell like it's our pull-up bar. We're going to place our feet on top of the bench as stability. And we're literally, guys, going to perform an assisted pull-up just like that. Now this obviously is going to decrease the body weight because our feet are on the bench, but it's also going to help with stability and allow you to focus more and engage in the back and getting the pulling movement. For a lot of us, maybe the grip strength is holding us back, or maybe it's just a lack of strength in general. But using the bench is really going to help you to work on your form, but then also help build that initial strength. Now, as you get stronger and stronger over time, maybe you can just do 1 foot on the bench, which is going to be a little more challenging, or you can make the bench higher and higher, and again, that's also going to challenge you guys. So this is an option you can do if you have the equipment. Now if you don't have all this equipment, the bench, the barbell, whatever, I'm going to show you another option that you can do if you just have a bar. You've only got a bar to work with. Resistance band is going to become your friend if you can't do a pull-up at all. So obviously resistance bands, they come in different strengths or different weights, whatever they're called, and there's heavy bands, there's medium bands, there's light bands, whatever. So if you're struggling to get your first pull-up, you probably want to start with the heaviest band possible. Test that out and see. Now you can loop this around your feet, you can do it around your knee, depending on your height and maybe the height of your bar as well. Some might be easier than others. So today, luckily, we got 2 bands. So we're gonna go around the knees because maybe my band can't take all that extra tension. So you can loop it around one knee, both knees, however you need to. But this is, again, it's gonna add extra assistance in helping you perform your pull-ups, guys. As you get stronger and stronger over time, then you can obviously use a lighter and lighter band until you reach the point where you don't need a band anymore. So let's say, for example, you're on the lightest band, you feel like you can do it without, any sort of assistance, but the reps aren't quite there. So let's say you can get, a good 3 reps clean form, and obviously after that your back starts to fatigue, your grip gives out a little bit. No problem. This is what we're going to do. So now we're going to do an eccentric pull-up. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump up and we're going to bring ourselves down slow as possible. Reset. We jump up again. Bring ourselves down nice and slow. So we're still getting the back working in the eccentric part of the motion. Obviously, the going up is the concentric, coming down is the eccentric. So this is a way that you can get extra reps in, even when your back or your body or whatever fatigues. Doesn't need any equipment, so there's no excuse why you can't perform some eccentric pull-ups, guys. Literally just have to jump up, make sure your chin clears the bar, lower yourself down slowly. You don't have to overdo these, just a couple reps at the end of your set without assistance. Ooh, catch my breath. And then gradually over time, your back will get stronger and stronger. So that's a great option for you to do. Even if you are quite good at pull-ups and you still want to get some extra, you know, eccentric reps in, go for it. There's no problem with that at all. But I've got one more variation to show you, and that'll be that. Now, there's a classic saying of don't rush the process. And I know a lot of us, when we start working out, we want to work out like the guys we see online who are like seasoned professional athletes. So we try to do the exact variation that we're doing. So a lot of people, they'll go for a nice wide grip and they'll wonder to themselves, well, why can't I do pull-ups? Because it's the hardest variation out of them all. Of course, it reaps the most results. However, you are probably going to need to start with a nice neutral grip, or maybe even a supinated grip, to help you build that initial amount of strength. And why do I suggest that? Well, because your biceps are more involved in those sort of positions. The neutral grip and the supinated grip, the biceps will play more of a role in helping you pull yourself up. Now, obviously, in the pronated grip, your back is taking most of the work, but trying those other two grips before you move out to the wide grip is going to help you build that initial strength, and then you can start to experiment and play with wider and wider grips, guys. Don't rush the process. Start with where you can. So even the supinated grip, biceps more involved than all the other grips, but your back, your lats are still getting some work in. So you have to take your time with these things. Don't try to go from 0 to 100 and then you end up quitting because you're not seeing any sort of results or you can't perform the movement. Take your time, gradually progress, and you get stronger and stronger. And that, my people, is how you are going to get your first pull-up. I've shown you 3 different variations. One that requires some equipment, one that just requires a resistance band, and 2 that actually require no equipment at all apart from a pull-up bar. But you'll probably have a pull-up bar if you want to get your first pull-up. So again, no equipment at all, guys. Make it happen. Make the back gains. Get as aesthetic as possible, as big as possible, you know, depending on what your goals are. But I appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.